I'm Jess and this is my review of episode 2 of the Shadowhunters TV show. Yes, I am wearing the same outfit I was wearing in the episode 1 video because this was filmed on the same day, because episode 2 got released on the Freeform app and I found it online, and yes, that's bad, but I found it online so I watched it anyway. I'm just bad. Let's do an episode 2 review. I'm not going to publish this until episode 2 officially releases, so there will be spoilers for episode 2 and the books if you've not read them or seen the show. If you've done one, you're fine to watch the video, but there will be spoilers. Episode 2 was a huge improvement on episode 1, and I'm a bit mixed up with both episodes because I did watch them both back to back, so if I say anything that was in episode 1, I'm sorry. It's just that I watched an hour and a half of it back to back and not really sure where one leaves off and one overlaps. So I think it leaves off with Clara being like, do I go with Jace or do I go with Simon? So it starts off with her deciding that the Shadowhunters, she needs to explore that world and she needs to know what's happening. And so they go into the institute and Simon comes along. I'm not sure whether Simon knows about the Shadowhunters as early on as this, but I'm glad he does because I think he's an integral part of the group dynamic that they need to set up. Which they did even better in episode 2 because they extended the group dynamic to also include Clara and Simon was involved in the wittiness between Alec and Jace and Isabel, and it was great, and we got a ton of Sissy references. Simon and Isabel are just flirting all the time, and she's just like, oh, I want to listen to your music, have you got music for me to listen to? And then she's like, I'm gonna cook breakfast, and Jace is like, don't eat her food. And it's great. And then she's putting on the rune and he's just like, so hot, and Jason's like, what? And he's like, the rune, so hot. And it's just like, no, you did not mean the rune, Simon. You're just really, really into her. And it's just like, who's Clara now? Who cares? One thing I do love about both the pilot and this, I didn't talk about it in my pilot review, but I'm talking about it now, is the female friendship that is going on with Clara and Isabel. I love it. There has been no need to set up any competition between Clara and Isabel. Even though Isabel is flirting with Simon and Simon fancies Clara, there is nothing there that Isabel and Clara don't hate each other. Clara, then they're just pepping each other up. Like, Isabel is so cautious of Clara. She's just like, wants Clara to be okay, wants her to not freak out about this. She gives her a little pep talk in episode 1. We get, she's there when Clara wakes up in episode 1, and this episode we got Jace being like, she needs to go to the Silent Brothers, and her being like, no, that's something most Shadowhunters can't deal with, and we don't want to just shove her into it. And she's really worried about Clara, and I like that, and I love that they're not putting any competition there because that would be awful. Again, it was just really funny. The reactions between all the characters were really great. I liked it when Jace was like, Izzy was like, he's not going to approve this mission, I bet he's not going to approve this mission, and then Alec comes from the background and he's just like, I do not approve this mission, and yeah, it's really cheesy again. But it was great, and the script was a hell of a lot better in episode 2 than it was in episode 1. They focused more on character development and also developing the series as a whole, and I really enjoyed that. I did not like Clary's necklace. I don't know if that's in the books, because I haven't read the books in a long time, but I didn't like it. I just thought it was too plot driving, and it wasn't a good way to drive the plot. And yeah, I just didn't like it. I'm not sure if it's in the books, but I didn't like the way it was executed in the TV show. But that's a tiny minor thing. When they got to the Silent Brothers, it was creepy as fuck. The aesthetic of the Silent Brothers was just so creepy, and I loved it. I think that scene was done impeccably. There was nothing I could have wanted from that more. I think it was great. And it was so good and so tense, and you were like, what are they going to do to Clara? Is she going to be okay? And you were definitely fearing for Clara, and I really liked that. But also you got it mixed in with like the little funny bits coming from Isabel and Simon at the same time, and Alex just being like, I can't be here anymore, and it's just great, and I loved it. Just Simon, Alec, Isabel, are so great together. It's unbelievable how funny they all are together. I also liked it when Jace was like lying to Simon, like, oh yeah, the runes will kill you, or he was like, go ahead, go in the City of Bones, but you'll die as soon as you go through that archway, and he nearly walks into it, and it's just really funny. I just really think they've got the humour spot on. I really like it anyway. I loved Simon's pep talk to Clary when she was scared to go in the City of Bones, and he was like, you're Clary freaking Frey, and I was like, yeah, Simon, go, pep her up, it's great, and they're so good friends, and Clary was like, we're a package deal, and yeah, I love their friendship. I think it's done so well. When they did that secret handshake thing in the first episode, I really loved that as well, and yeah, I love it. I just love it. I love all of the groups together. Like, I love Izzy and Alex's interactions in the first episode where she was like, I love you, but you have a switch that's always on. And he was like, I love you, and I love you too, and then he continued the argument, but he had to tell her he loved her first, and that was so cute. I love all of the characters with each other. I think they've all got an individual relationship with each other that I really love. One thing I didn't like is I think Clary and Jace is going too quickly in the show. They haven't got any chemistry yet. There's just, he's attractive, she's attractive, we're in a sort of situation where we've got to spend time together, let's hold hands. And it's a bit weird, but it's okay. But I just think it needs to be explained. Like, if you're going to have them hold hands, explain why they're holding hands for no good reason. If you're going to have it seem like they're close, have them have a reason to be close. Yeah, that was the only thing I had an issue with about this episode. And so I think that was my review for episode 2. I'm really excited for episode 3, even though that's now 2 weeks away for me now. And yeah, let me know down below what you thought of episode 2, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.